Sandy, you can put my picture here or you can't. I don't know.
You're live.
For life.
Your
Hello,
life.
everyone.
Oh,
Welcome to
Hi.
Global Voices Live. Today's conversation is called The Conversations That Change Everything. But before we dive into the topic, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Arshia Syed. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I live in Maryland, and now I'm a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. Miriam?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Miriam. I am from Jamaica, living in the United States. I am a mother, a grandma, a nurse for registered nurse for over 20 years, and now a proud digital business owner.
Hi
Hello,
everyone,
everyone.
from
My
Seattle.
name is Atma Harris. I'm a stay-at-home mom, originally from Pakistan, now living in USA with my family.
Thank you, Asma.
Hi everyone, I'm Roxanne from Seattle, Washington. I'm a mom, a wife, a property accountant by profession, and a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Connie, and I'm a wife, a stepmom, and I'm here in BC, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Patsy. I'm a mother of four and grandmother to nine. And my husband and we were originally from Brunei, but now residing in Edmonton, Alberta. And we are proud digital business owner and mentor.
Falak?
Falak, your turn.
Let your
Your
mic is
turn.
off. Turn on the mic, please. Thank you.
hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hello there. My name is Falak Shirazi by profession. I'm a teacher, mom of three beautiful kids, and I'm a proud digital owner as well. Hi there.
Thank you, Falak.
Mhm.
Welcome to Global Voices Live. Today's conversation is called The Conversations That Change Everything. When we think about life changing moments, we often imagine dramatic events like big decisions, big risks, and big milestones. But sometimes the real turning points are quiet. A sentence someone says, a question that lingers forever, a realization that shifts how we see ourselves. Tonight, we are reflecting on the conversations which are spoken or internal that quietly redirected our paths. Thank you.
That that question, that question stayed the power of being asked the right thing. For me, it wasn't advice that changed everything. It was a question. Someone asked me, "Is this the life you want long term?" At the time, I brushed it off. But that question stayed with me. It slowly changed the comfort I had accepted. The words that expanded possibility. Hearing you can when you didn't believe it. There was a moment when someone told me you're capable of more than you think. I didn't fully believe it at first, but hearing it planted a new idea. Sometimes it takes someone else reflecting potential back to us before we can see it ourselves. That conversation didn't change my circumstances overnight, but it changed how I view them. Thank you.
Falak?
Yeah. Moment of truth. When feedback awakens growth. There was a moment in my journey when someone gave me feedback that was difficult to hear. But it wasn't harsh, it wasn't disrespectful, but it was honest, and honesty can feel uncomfortable. At first, I felt defensive. I had already left a 22 years of my career. I was learning something new. I was stepping outside my comfort zone. I was doing the work and believing in myself. So when I heard something that pointing out a gap in my communication, in my consistency, in how I was showing up, my first reaction was emotional. But later, when the emotion settled, I realized something important. It wasn't criticism, it, it was
And
clarity.
today my
The feedback exposed an area where I needed to grow, and growth really feels
topic is an honest
comfortable. Improve
जा रहा है.
communication better and show up with more clarity. And that was the power of realization, because the truth is not every turning point in our lives through comfortable conversation. Some moments challenge us, some stretch us, some reveal the blind spots we cannot see ourselves. But the powerful opportunities for growth always lies in consistency. Growth
Hi,
begins.
can you hear me?
Sorry, go ahead, Falak.
Yeah. Growth begins when we step beyond our comfort zone and choose to learn instead of resist. So, whenever you receive feedback that feels uncomfortable to you, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is there something here that you can help me grow? Because sometimes the words that challenge us the most, those words are the words make you stronger, wiser, and a greater
कोई
version
नहीं कर.
of yourself. Often, the moment that feels the hardest is actually the moment where your transformation begins. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak.
Mhm.
Okay, so cultural or family dialogue. So balancing respect and redirection. So some of the most meaningful conversations in my journey didn't happen in business meetings. They happened at home. Coming from a Latin background family isn't just important, it's foundational. So, respect, responsibility, loyalty, sacrifice, those values are deeply rooted. So, when I began shifting my direction after 25 years in the film industry, it wasn't just a professional adjustment, it was a cultural conversation. There are unspoken expectations in many families. Stay stable, choose security, follow what's proven, don't take unnecessary risk. And those expectations doesn't come from control, they come from love. Navigating that space required courage. No rebellion, no defiance, but clarity. I had to communicate what choosing a different path wasn't rejecting my values, it was honoring them differently. I wasn't abandoning responsibility, I was redefining it. I wasn't rejecting stability, I was building a different kind of stability, one with more control over my time, more alignment with my faith, and more presence for my parents. Those conversations reshape how I saw autonomy. Autonomy isn't selfish, it's intentional. Respect doesn't mean silence, it means communication. In our community, I see this often: women and men balancing cultural identity, family expectations, personal calling, new opportunities, and it's rarely easy. But growth within family context requires maturity. So you learn to hold two truths at once. You can respect where you come from and still choose where you're going. So that dialogue, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes emotional, becomes transformative. It teaches you to speak clearly, to stand calmly, and to explain your vision without apology. So it reshapes how you see both your responsibilities and your independence, because honoring your culture doesn't mean limiting your evolution. It means carrying your values forward while expanding what's possible. And when you find that balance, you don't lose connection, you gain clarity. And clarity creates the peace. Thank you. I think we have Asma back. Go ahead, Asma.
Okay. An honest conversation with myself, one of the most powerful conversations I have ever had wasn't with someone else. It was with myself. I had to admit something I had been avoiding. I felt unfulfilled, even though everything looked fine on the outside. That kind of honesty isn't easy. It's uncomfortable, but one need to face. You cannot unsee it, and that's where everything begins. Self awareness does not shout it, it quietly redirects your path. Thank you.
Thank you. Miriam?
Thank you. Um, my contribution is realizing time is finite. So, sometimes you hear maybe a verse in the Bible or just somebody speak something, and it, just coming, you're hearing it all the time, but it doesn't resonate with you until for some reason at that time you're like, wait a minute, okay, that's what that thing is saying. So, so I want to share something simple but powerful because sometimes it's not the big moment that changes your life. It's that one sentence that make you stop and think, like, oh, okay. So my sentence that I stopped me in my track was time will pass either way. And when I really sat with that, think about it, it changed how I looked at my goals. And I realized something very honest because I was thinking a year from now, I'll be a year older, whether I start that thing or not. So staying still doesn't stop the clock. It just keeps me in the same place while things and times keep moving. And I think many of us live in what I call the waiting room. I'm just, liking it to my nursing career. We're waiting for the perfect time. We're waiting to feel ready. We're waiting for our schedule to clear up. But life doesn't always give us the perfect conditions. And sometimes that waiting quietly turns into delay, and delay, turns into years. So I had to talk to myself and ask myself, am I truly waiting for the right time or am I just afraid to start? Because even a small step, just a percent forward, is still movement. And movement, no matter what, is more powerful than standing still. So I'm going to say that time doesn't wait for perfect conditions, it moves with or without you. You're not behind, you're just one decision away from moving forward. And progress really doesn't require any perfection, just your intention. So if you're feeling like you're too late or too busy or not ready yet, I just want to leave you with this. A year from now, you'll still be a year older, but you can also be a year closer to the life that you have been thinking about because time will pass either way, but your direction is still your decision. So those are my 2 cents.
Thank you, Miriam. Patsy?
Yes. Um, Seeing someone else's journey, learning through observation. One thing I've realized in this journey is that sometimes the most powerful conversations are the ones that aren't even directed at us. Sometimes it's not what someone tells you, it's what you see in someone's life. In our journey building an online business, there were moments when Joseph and I didn't have all the answers. We didn't know exactly what the next step would look like. But we are surrounded by a community of people who are already walking with the path.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching them, watching how they navigated challenges, watching how their lives began to change, it did something powerful. It gave permission to believe that maybe we could do it too, because sometimes someone else's story becomes the evidence we need. Their journey speaks louder than advice. Their growth makes their possibility feel real. And that's the beauty of being a community like this. You're not just learning from training or information, you're learning from real people, real stories, real transformation. And even without realizing it, you start to see yourself differently. You start to think, if they can do it, maybe I can too. And sometimes that one shift in belief is where everything begins. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about what our stories reveal tonight. Listening to everyone tonight, I noticed that none of these conversations were loud or dramatic. They were subtle, but they created reflection. And reflection leads to redirection. Sometimes a single sentence can change the trajectory of years. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne.
And if you're in a moment of reflection, listening to all these stories tonight, maybe something resonated with you. Maybe it wasn't loud, maybe it wasn't clear yet, but there's a thought, a phrase, a feeling that you're coming back to. And if that's you, I just want to gently remind you, not every turning point in life comes with a big announcement. Not every breakthrough happens overnight. Sometimes it starts quietly, a shift in perspective, a moment of honesty, a realization that can't ignore anymore. And even if you don't have all the answers right now, that's okay. You don't need to figure everything out today. Just be open, be aware, and trust that small shift can lead to a meaningful change. Because sometimes that conversation can change everything. And maybe that's where your next chapter begins. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne. So today we just talk about, you know, the conversations that change everything. Hold on just one sec. Okay. The conversations that change everything. So we talk about the question that stay with you, the words that expanded the possibilities. Many times, we hear a word and this time, we look at it in a different way that it has more deep in meaning to us. And sometimes, we do have those honest conversations. It could be honest conversation with yourself, or it could be honest conversation with someone else. Or sometimes, we have that moment of truth, when we realize that, what the other person is saying, it's actually, sometimes, we don't like what they're saying, but, if we reflect, that's when we realize that, yeah, they're right. So, um, but, that's the moment of truth. We also have sometimes, the culture or family dialogue. So, where we have to deal, with that. And we also have the conversation about time, which Miriam also talk about. The I love how she put it in the words at the end. And then also, seeing someone else's. Yeah. So many times the conversation is not you actually having a conversation with somebody else, but you listening to somebody else's conversations that open your mind, to see things different. And then we also talk about, in conclusion, the whole stories, the whole experiences that we share here today, that give us that moment of reflection to reflect in our lives, to make the changes that we need to make, to learn from the things that we have to learn. Um, and to remove the things that no longer serve us. So we hope so that you got inspired with what we shared today, and that that we pay more attention, now. Like if we didn't pay if we're not paying attention, on the conversations, well, let's pay more conversations, may pay more attention to the conversations, so we can actually take the positive things, and the things that are holding us back, to remove those things, so we can continue growing, we can continue creating a better life for us, and for our family. So if you want to be part of a community, that a global online community that that uplifts you, that motivates you, that are with you along your journey, here are three ways that you can get in touch with us. You can either put in the comments more info, you can send us a private message, or you can register directly into our website that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to our free webinar. We do have free webinars every Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time. So it goes from 5 p.m. PST all the way to 8 p.m. EST. So, yeah, so you can watch it. And if you cannot catch the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. When you register, you will receive an email, one to register, and the other one is to get the link from the replay of the live webinar. So, saying that, let's end with these little words for you. So, different paths brought us here, but we are reminded tonight that no one grows alone. So, thank you for being part of this conversation. This is Global Voices Live, where starting over is honor and not rush. So, thank you everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So we'll see you again on next Monday. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are enjoying the weekend already, and happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today, and we'll see you again on Monday for another episode of the Global Voices Live. Thank you, everyone. God bless
Thank
you all.
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye.
God
See you
bless.